welcome. I'm Helen Tite, founder of iCare, iMove, and you're here today with the Move More programme. Move More is funded by Public Health England, and it helps us to keep people in our county and beyond to stay steady on their feet. Falls is a huge problem as we get older, so working preventatively to understand how we can stay more balanced and how we can stay stronger is really important from a preventative point of view. We love you. There's always a health and safety check. What I'd always encourage is a bit of common sense around trip hazards, what you're wearing, your temperature. Just be mindful. I mean, we've been very blessed since we moved the programs to digital, and it seems that the results really are very similar to when we're in a live setting. Okay, so at this point in the program, we should be in a place where we should start the warm-up in stand. So I'm going to encourage you to stand up. If you don't want to, you can sit in your chair. That is completely fine. We're all different. We're not competing with anybody else. We're just simply working to our own limitations. So do what you can. Can we just check the sound quality and the mute? Okay, so we are starting in a wide base of support, wide so you feel safe, and then from here we're just going to start by just pumping our arms. A bit of an elbow pump. This is us getting going, all right? So we're nice and wide through our base of support, tummy's tucked in, you keep going, I'm coaching. So we're pulling in through your centre, we're standing lovely and tall and pumping your arms. Lovely. Okay, now there's always a chair for you to use for support, or a wall or a sideboard. Kitchens are always really good to exercise in because you've got lovely sideboards to walk next to. Okay, so we're adding in heels. At the moment, if we can just get rid of the subtitles, please, Owen. With this, I want us to keep the feet down on the floor and just work on lifting your heels, okay? Now, I've chosen my pace today. You can go slower if you so wish. We're warming up. So we're mentally preparing ourselves for the activities ahead. We're also creating heat to the muscles and lubrication to the joints. So there's a lot going on. And it is important to take our attention to the feet. So for a moment, I'm just switching cameras into foot cam. And I just want us to think about lifting and lowering through the whole of the arch of the foot. So heel toe, just lifting, and focus on your big toe and second toe as we're rolling through the foot. Why? Because we spend so much time on our feet. Our circulation can be impaired as we get older. Okay, so with a wide foot, let's take our attention to the right. So I call this the Elvis circle. So it's the knee and the hip come into play. The whole of the front part of the foot is feeling massaged. Switch direction. Lovely. And then let's switch feet. So it's a lovely circular motion, and you can see I'm just working around the ankle joint. My knee and hip are starting to come into play as well. Lovely jubbly. And now we switch direction. Good. Okay, so just shake that off for a second. Okay, now watch. Right foot. I'm lifting it, tapping. Lifting it, heel tapping. So lift, keep going. Be conscious we're not gripping for dear life onto the furniture. Think about tension on, zipped up and long and lean. Good. So actually what's happening, the foot is working, so we're working ankle to toes, but actually we're starting to pump at the hip and warm up at the hip here. So you may start to feel a build up of tension on the top of the thigh. Switching legs, toe and heel and toe and heel. Lovely. Feeling strong, feeling engaged through the center, and we're not depending on that chair too much. So all of this can be done in a seated position. What you might find is actually there's a lot of tense intensity around the top of the hip. Do what you can. Nice to see you, Bob. Well done, and release. Okay, so ankles, tick, knees, working on it, hips. We're just starting to warm up. Okay, so with your wide base, let's turn to big camera as well, middle camera please. Okay, so wide base of support, sliding the hands down towards the knees and back up again. Take our time, so we're not tick-tocking. So it's the side lean and stand, lean, stand. Good. So knees are slightly bent, so you feel stronger and more stable into position. Now what we're going to do is slide left fingers to front left knee, right fingers to back right knee. So it's a lateral side to side movement, but actually we're adding in a bit of front and back at the same time. Now remember this, engage it, tension on. So pull your belly in as if you're wearing a tight corset, and we're switching. So now we go front right, back left, front right, back left. Good. All the time think about the tension here in your center, because this, your core, is responsible for a lot of your balance work and staying steady on your feet. Well done. Release, relax, come back to center. Okay, so there's some people in the waiting room, I think. Okay, so from here, we're behind a chair. I tend to do that. This is just habit, okay? We're sliding the hand to the opposite corner of the chair and back again. So we're just rotating. I want you just to notice what's going on with your feet and your legs. Are you twisting the whole body? In the first place, I'd like you to twist with the whole body. So you feel that twist coming up from your feet. And here's the change. We're still from the waist down. We rotate from the trunk upwards. Now, if there's dizziness, keep your eyes forward. We don't want to encourage if you feeling unwell, okay? So we're rotating, we're still from the waist down, rotating. I'm nosy, so a little look in the corner, little look in the corner. And we need this, you know, when we are out and about or if we're mooching around the house, we tend to look over our shoulders to things. Lovely, well done, release, relax, good job. Okay, so use your breath for a second. Okay, I'm just swaying hip to hip for a second. With my wide base, I'm just popping out my hips to one side and then the other. I haven't seen you guys for a little while because I've been poorly. And it's really nice to see all your lovely faces today. Those who aren't used to me, I'm the nice one. Nothing. I'm expecting some. There she is. What was that, Pat?
I said they know it's not true. They're smiling because they don't believe you at all.
Okay, so we go side to side, and then the bottom goes backwards. Then we go side to side, and the hips go forwards. Side to side, bottom goes backwards. Side to side, hips go forward. So 1, 2, scoot round. The nice thing about sticking the bottom backwards is that you get a bit of a stretch out of the back of your legs. And the nice thing about taking the hips forward is that you get a lovely stretch out your tummy muscles. And if you sit a lot, both of those areas are affected. So we do need to stretch a bit better. Lovely. Okay, let's get some blood flow going, shall we? Let's march those feet. Originally, when we first started doing this, the music was, when we marched, was Land of Hope and Glory, just to give you a guideline to the pace. And what we learned over time was that was how we started. So your marching can be just this. What we've noticed that you've become speedier, and there's actually a bit of a spurt in your stride these days, which is wonderful to see as well. So you choose your pace. Think about your breath. Think about how tall you are. Lovely. Okay. I love that so many of you are using arms and legs together. You all right there, Violet, my love? You've got a sore hip? It's important to do what feels right for you always. Maggie's going for it. When I first met Maggie, there's a change. Look at you. She's like going, wonderful, wonderful. All of you, wonderful. You might be feeling breathless. So whilst I've got you in this state, so you're nice and mobile now, and now you're being more active, let's do this. Let's add a side step. So you choose how you want to hold on and look at me. There's a chair that gives you a bit more confidence. Side stepping is probably our favourite thing, that we get the most amount of feedback with side stepping. Now, if you want to, you can add in a double step. This is quite early in the session. We're like, yay, going for it. So it's a double step or single step. I really don't mind. Both of which are really useful for us. So to do this by a sideboard, thinking about nice and tense through your centre, you've got your corset on, shoulders back and down, smile. It's not that bad yet. Now I'm expecting you to have a little bit of breathless coming on now. So think about, notice how your breath might be changing. And that's okay. Now watch, here's the change. We've got this little pulse, this little step going on. So we're marching right by the sideboard or chair. And here's the change. We're tapping back with one leg and then the other. So tap back, and it's my toes that are reaching out behind me. The ball of my foot is reaching out behind me whilst the rest of my body is staying close to the sideboard or chair. Now I'm going to add in a little technique now. Ladies, you probably know how to do this already. When you step back, give yourself a bit of a booty squeeze. So step back and clench. Clench, tighten your bum muscles as you tap back. So there's a bum clench going on here. Now, it all makes sense eventually, but have a go at like tightening. Can I have a thumbs up that you know what I'm on about when I talk about clenching and tightening? Yeah? We got it? Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, come back to that march for me. Use your breath. Okay, so we've tapped back. Now we're tapping forward into a diagonal pattern. Ball of foot heel, push off the front foot. Ball of foot heel, push off front foot. So it's like a V step. Lovely. What I like about this movement, I'm just taking the chair away so you know you've always got support there if you need it. I'm coming out into the diagonal and I'm starting with my ball of foot. And now I'm feeling comfortable with the movement. So I'm going to make it bigger by striding out with my heel and pushing back. So one was kind of tiptoeing and gingerly finding where my comfort zone was. My knees feel fine, my legs feel fine. I'm going to make it bigger. Heel stride and push back. Heel stride. Why I like this, we're building more strength around the knee joint and the thigh. This increases our cardiovascular fitness, which is really important to us. You keep going, I'm just demonstrating. But also, this is about confidence in movement. So when we first start this new territory, a new area that we're not that familiar with, we tend to be more ginger around our movements. We move with trepidation. And so we start with the toe, and then we get comfortable in this space, make it bigger. And it's the difference between this and this. Does that make sense? Yeah, good stuff. Okay, come back to this march. I'm still keeping you going. The whole pace of the class, Jackie, you're new to us, doesn't stay like this. So after we've done our circulation boost and warm up, we move swiftly into cardiovascular, so heart health, and then we come back down into balance. So it does change. So this piece is the toughest piece in terms of breathlessness and heart rate. And then it all changes again as the session evolves. Okay, so we're still moving. We're going to do a thing called Fartlek training. And it's designed not just to increase the heart rate, but what does the recovery look like afterwards? Because we need to get the heart rate to come back to a steady state. It looks like this. Here we go. All of us together, give me big knees. As fast or as intense as you like. And we do this for another 15 seconds. Nice and big. It has to be a bigger movement. If you want to add in the arms for the last 8 seconds, feel free. The idea is that you become more breathless. This is intense. Well done. And then the recovery, the important bit, is still moving, but micro movements. Using breath technique. So we're pumping heels, we're moving smaller, everything is softer. I don't know about you, but I'm really warm. It's really warm in here today. Whew. Still moving, still breathing. If you want to, have a sip of water because it's not done, because that is round 1 of 4. So I'm hoping I've got you back into a place where hopefully you're starting to feel okay again. That felt intense for a moment. Okay, ready? Here we go. Big, big. So you choose. If you want to go bigger with arms too, feel free. Find the thing that moves and works for you. What I'm looking for is a big shape. Lots of intensity into that movement. We've got 12 seconds to go. You're looking good. I'm hoping that the breathing is accelerated now. You're looking really good. Find the thing that feels comfortable for you. And then calm it down. So calm the breathing. Move calmly. Use this time to pace and slow down. And really important, so we keep moving to avoid blood pooling. So if we've accelerated our heart rate, accelerated our breathing, accelerated our movement, and then stand still, we may feel a bit dizzy and a bit overwhelmed. So the idea is something, not nothing, something. Okay. Now give me a thumbs up. Are we coming back to normal again? Yeah? Good. What you find in time, the more you do this bit, the more your recovery rate, your active recovery rate improves. And sometimes it will take somebody 5 minutes to get back to their steady state. But as you progress, that becomes 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and so on. Yeah? Okay, let's go again. Let's make it beautiful and big. Nice big movements. Let's pick it up. Let's go. 25 seconds of everything you've got. So this is round 3 of 4. You make it nice and big. You use your breathing to accelerate that movement. This is really good stuff. You're smashing those extra steps in. Good stuff. Using your breath. You might be feeling warm now. All your muscles in your body are all working really hard. This is our Fartlek maneuver. You're doing really well, team. To count this down. Everything you've got. 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Well done. That felt really intense that time. So now we, again, active recovery. Might be that you want to have a little boogie, but just smaller. Let's calm that breath. You might need to sit down for a moment. If you sit down, pump your heels. Okay. So that was 3 of 4. We've got 1 more to go. But I can see that some of you are feeling quite challenged. The good thing is we've just got 1 more to go, right? Calm that breath. Please pump your heels if you're sat down. You look lush, by the way. Whew. Okay. Are we ready? A few more seconds. Okay, let's go. Right, let's make this work. This is the last one. Nice and big. Remember what I said? Choose your options. It might be legs only. It might be arms only. Whatever it is, make it big, make it special. Wow, this is you being the best version of you today. You're looking fantastic. So off camera, on Zoom, you look amazing. See all these limbs flying everywhere. You will look strong and smiling. Who knew, Bob? All smiling. There you go. Lovely. You've got 13 seconds. Well done. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. My word, you look fantastic. Straight from this, watch me. We're going to do a couple of steps forward and back. If you want to take 2 or 3 steps forward and you feel safe walking backwards, that's fine too. Reverse walking, remember this. As long as you feel safe and steady on your feet. Jackie, I feel like the sunlight's on you today. Are you okay? Give me a thumbs up. She's got it. Good, 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 good. Lovely. And it is about finding the right pace. The good news is we're coming into some balance work now. So right now, all this is about, it's calming the breath. So our body is alert now. We are all over this. Okay, let's take some steps. 1, 2. 1, 2. Just all about calming down. Well done. God, that was a bit shock and awe this morning, wasn't it? It's Pat's fault. She made me do this. She said.
I was just going to say, now who thinks she's the nice one? I don't think so.
Well done. Well, you know what? They stayed with us, Pat, so I'm really
amazing.
proud.
Honestly, just watching from here, they look amazing. You're doing so well.
Yeah,
So
you are.
proud.
Okay, well done. Okay, so this is my favourite exercise. I love this. It's called wide base sway. My feet are wide. I feel really strong and stable, and I'm swaying from one side to the other. Now at this point, so now before we go any further, I teach this to everyone. So this isn't just for a falls prevention program. This is something that I've seen so many benefits 4. We're really going to slow this down. So this is concentrated balance work. This is wide base sway. Now, if you want to use your arms, feel free to join. Lots of variations. Now, at this point, remember what I said about confidence building. At this point, what you could do is even allow one foot to drift away from the floor. You can do this in seat. So if you want to sit down, feel free to do that. And from a wide base, you rock bum cheek to bum cheek. You can still maintain balance in a seated position, okay? But I really, honestly, slow, like slower than a slow thing on a slow day, slow. No, you're still going too fast. So this is balance. We're taking our time. Annie. Lovely. Really slow it down because you're being challenged. Your feet are going, woo, knees and hips go, what on earth? And you know what? Why I said this is so important for everyone, your pelvic floor and your core muscles are really starting to engage. So do not give this speed, give this slow. And if you want to, slower still. Now remember what I said, there's always a wall or a sideboard or a chair to hang on to. There is, please don't make yourself feel fine and fabulous. Me, I go for, you know, a bit of Darcy bustle. But, you know, the feet are working hard. Lots of bones in the feet. They're working hard to keep you steady. Well done. Beautiful. And release. So flamingo swing is still, I've just been caught out for saying one of my favourites. I say one of my favourites a lot. It's only because you really do see the benefit. So flamingo swing, today we're going to go for the leg closest to your chair, and we are looking to bring the whole hip into play here. So on the side, so other camera, I think, Owen, might be best. Yeah, there you go. The whole leg. Now my favourite bit, so remember when I talked about bum clenching earlier on? I want you to think about bum squeezing, bum clenching as the foot comes backwards. Now, switch cameras again. So what you might feel is tension down the back of your leg into your bum. Come on, you all right? I need to know you're all still working. Nice to see you, Shirley, by the way. Lovely. So flamingo swing, you're standing on one leg and moving. So standing on one leg, got one leg moving, you'll feel a lot of stability work going on leg one, that's still. You might feel it in hamstring and buttock. So these muscles are important. They're important to keep you steady on your feet. When you're ready, we switch sides. So pull it through. Now I care less about what's going on the front side of the movement. I care more on the back side of the movement. So it's all about what's going on here, back into the hamstrings. Lush. I'm going to go and open the door. I'm going off camera for a second because I'm having a turn. Oh, it's better. Right, back in. Right, lovely, and rest. Okay, so grab some water if you need to. So one of the other components is strength. This is essentially bending your knees, rising up onto your toes. So bending your knees and rising up onto your toes. So in this component, this movement, we're challenging balance, okay? So bending the knees, we're working the thigh muscles. Reaching up onto your toes, there's your balance, okay? So always think about your safety first. and it's a reach. What we try to do is come back to what goes on at home. So are there moments in your day where you could potentially be reaching something high, or you've come back from the shops trying to put something up on your shelves? Decided that you need to grab your summer hat, or the things that you might have put away for a little while. So it is an important movement, okay? And all of this can be done from a chair. Okay, and rest for a moment. Taking your arm overhead like this can accelerate your heart rate. So again, notice your breathing and notice that I've come back to a little heel pump. Violet, that was really good. That was really good. Well done. Lovely. Okay, so this time what I'd like us to do is to bend the knees and reach more of a forward. So you're safe, okay? So don't do anything that's going to jeopardize your safety, but it is a reach rather than a high reach, more of a forward reach. So it's a bend the knees, rise up and forward reach. Now I've gone out into a corner, it might be forward here. Brace through your center. So if we can get this bit nice and tight, it really does help us set that good balance in your body. Lovely. You look good. And there's a speed to what you're doing today. Is it me? I've had a coffee and I'm like, well done. And release. Excellent. Excellent. You're doing really well. Come back to here. Okay, so now we are going to walk forwards and backwards as part of our balance, okay? So sideboards in kitchens are great for this, but we are going to walk roughly like we would on a beam. Forwards, 3 or 4, 5 or 6 steps. And the challenge is the reverse walk. Do not do this with speed. Take your time, feel comfortable. So again, other camera please, Owen. Heel toe, so heel toe. Some of you might feel that you can actually bump heel to toe. If you find that's too intense, just do what feels comfortable for now. But the idea is we are taking our time. This is a moon landing. And we are reversing forwards and backwards. So this is balance, so do not underestimate balance. Balance is so important. Walking is balance. One toe, 1 foot at a time. Slow it down. Lovely. You look great. Well done, and release. Oh, feeling good? Okay, so Owen, the other camera, so not the foot one, not the middle one, the other one, is that still against the wall? Oh, there you go, lush. Right, cool, thanks, hun. Okay, so listen, just watch me for a minute and let's explore this. We are going to have a sip of water and then we are going to move towards a wall because we're going to do a bit of strength work here. And the movements that I'm applying to the wall, we will then apply them to the chair. Okay, so if I just demonstrate, what I'm looking for is a wall press. Okay, so look at my hands. They're low, so there's like a W shape. Got it? Out and in, that's it. So what I'm looking for is my body close to the wall. I'm lowering my face and trunk towards the wall and then pushing away. That's it, that's it. Okay, the challenge is the further you step back away from the wall, the more intense it becomes onto your body and your upper body, okay? Why? Why is this important? You keep going, so join me when you're ready. When you do this, we're strengthening the shoulder and the chest muscles both very, very important should we ever find ourselves on the floor or trying to get ourselves out of an awkward position, okay? So it's really important we do this. The wrists need more for your bone health around your wrists, and think about the stability around your upper body. To play with this, we're going to look at what does a high arm and a low arm look like, and then a switch. You do fall. You don't fall like the textbooks. It's all a bit weird, right? And you end up in some kind of strange position. So we need to make sure we've got all muscles, fibers working and strong. So same principles, relatively close to the wall to start, lower and lift, but keep moving your hands so they feel like they're going out onto different places each time. Okay? If you feel you've got this, this feels great, my shoulders feel great, step further away from the wall. So you're increasing your resistance, and all the time think about tummy time, so you're nice and strong around your center and it's lovely and engaged, okay? Well done, team. So for me, I find this is one of my favourite exercises because we see so much improvement from this, okay? Well done, give yourself a moment. Now, there's 2 more that we're going to do, so 1 more essentially, but we're going to do it on the right side and the left side. Now watch. This time I'm going into the wall for a lean. Then my outside arm is going to be the presser-offerer off the wall. Down. My other arm that was pressed against the wall is just wrapped around my ribs. And all I'm doing is using my outside arm to push me off the wall, okay? To make it more intense, we walk those feet further away. So it's a push. Now I've done this on my fingertips. If you want to, it's a flat hand. If it's too much, maybe a fist, a knuckle. Give it a go. The reason we are doing this exercise, this helps us to push ourselves into a seated position when we're lying on our sides in bed. Okay? So there's method in the madness here. When you're ready, we switch sides. Oh, I'm right there, just on the edge. So actually it's better on this side, isn't it? So I'm thinking about my feet. I've wrapped my arm around my ribs, so I don't want to push off that arm. My top arm's doing all the work, pushing away. So it's either my fingertips doing it, or my knuckles, or a flat hand, pushing off all the time. In this, there's a bit of a stretch around the shoulders as well. It's a really nice thing to practice, and practice frequently, because if these come out of action for whatever reason, shoulders and arms, and it's a real challenge. So give that a go. Well done. And rest. So grab this moment to have some water. I'm just going to do a bit of storytelling. When my dad first had his stroke, so for those who are new to me, partly why I do what I do for a living is motivated and inspired by my dad when he had a stroke. And I was only 19. And I remember it was the small thing that his stroke was on his left side and the loo roll was on the left side on the wall. And Dad trying to manoeuvre and manage loo roll. So, and it was little things like that that you don't even think about when you are fully able-bodied. So what we just did, this push-off arm is also the arm that goes across the body. So if you didn't have one arm functioning for whatever reason, because we all have lumps and bumps and things happen, but we do need to stretch across the bodies and push off the body. So what we do, there's method in the madness. It's all functional. Everything we do will hopefully may improve independence at home, and that's really what our biggest outcome is. So now that we've got the shoulders working, let's make this bigger. So I'm now looking at my chair because I'm going to use my power in my shoulders to help me with chair movement. So I'm going to take a big lunge towards my chair. High chair. I've grabbed my chair and I'm just going to lean forward and backwards. This is what we call wrist bone loading. And I'm going to do this several times. And when I think I've had enough, I'm going to bring my feet forward, pump my heels, and come back up into a standing position. Now this is when we remember stepping. I'm stepping and turning. I'm walking away. I'm stepping and turning. Oh, hello chair. Big lunge. Now here's the challenge. Which foot did I lunge off first? So now I'm going to try my right leg. Big fat step with my right leg to grab the seat. And all I'm doing is rolling forward and backwards. That's it. My wrist bone loading. Firmly grab that chair. Do as many as you feel comfortable doing. And then when you're ready, you step forward. Rise up. Pump your heels. Pump your heels. That's the law. Remember? A little turn. You right, Violet? Walk away. Little turn. Look all shocked. Oh, hello, chair. And then the left leg. And we're going to go again. Left. Firmly grab. Firmly grab. Roll forward and backwards. So making sure those shoulders go right the way over those wrists. Good job. Stepping forward when you're ready. Rising up. Pump the heels. That's the law. That's the law. Are you still with me? You looking good? Those who are doing it. Walk away. So these little steps and turns are all part of the magic. Oh, hello. Right leg lunge. Grab. My wrists feel tired now, so this is the last time round. Shuffling forward and backwards. Looking good, team. Looking good. Well done. Step together. Rise up. Pump those heels. Oh, feeling good? And I'm feeling good. Da-da, da-da. Which is why I teach fitness, not singing. For a Welsh girl, the angels missed my vocal cords in terms of singing. And my dad used to sing in the choir and everything. Shame on me. We're feeling okay? All right? Okay, lovely. So I'm going to give you an option to sit. We're going to do some floaty arms, wavy legs. So, also known as Tai Chi. To be honest, we can call everything Tai Chi and you'll do it. The rest of the time you don't. So if we call this Tai Chi, you'll be in. You're invested. Okay, so relax your shoulders, wide base of support. Lovely. And I just want you to sink through your knees a minute. Sink through your shoulders. Breathe. Okay, let's take one up and down. Owen, you there, love? Do you remember that nice little yoga-y music that we used to do? That had like a bit of a bass to it. Do you remember that one? Let's put some music and a bit of rhythm. Lovely. I think it might be this. So this is one arm at a time. So wipe on, wipe off. But this is paint on, paint off, right? Now watch. Knees are soft. Connect through your pelvic floor, so give your bottom and your undercarriage a bit of a squeeze and tighten. Okay, now arms. We're swaying. Slow. Slow. Now watch my arms. It's like I'm just trying to protect a little candle. We don't want that flame burning out. Thumbs lifted, elbow high. 5, 6, 7, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the bottom arm is a bit sneaky. It's brushing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and.
Slow it down, some of you. Nice and slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and. Two more. Last time. Now, same at the beginning. 5, 6, 7, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Beautiful. David, we've changed arms. Beautiful. Lovely, taking our time. Good. 2 more. Last time. Okay. Now, look how my hands are. Okay, now we're going to go up and down. Circle. Got it? Up. Circle. Connect. Okay, got that? So we go up. Feels a bit like a rocket when we do this. Up. 5, 6, 7. And a rocket landing. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 2 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, arms wide and back. Squeeze your shoulder blades and up. 2, 3, 6, 7, 3, 4. Squeeze shoulder blades. 2 more, nice and high. 6, 7, and back last time. Okay, let's go low, circle. So, watch. Right hand over left knee, left hand over right knee. So I'm just trying to make some circles in front of me as if I'm agitating water. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch sides. Now we're going to put that together. Now, notice the knees, the body swaying. Good job. Well done. Okay, walk your feet together. Take your hands in and then push up. Bring your hands down and push down. So for me, this feels, especially this time of year, because I'm already thinking about planting, I just see this, taking things out and planting it on. Take it down. Well done. Now stay there, stay there. Arms come out to the side. Squeeze your shoulder blades back, palms up. High V. Turn palms down. Push back, squeeze shoulders. Well done. Roll your arms. Settle your shoulders and come and sit for me in your chair. Okay, so we can leave the music now for a second. Thank you, Owen. Okay, so as we finish, stress management is integral to our falls prevention program. And here's the advice. We hear so frequently, what would have Pat said? What would have Helen said when things tend to occur, okay? And in moments of stress, so should you fall, the funny thing is, everybody piles on you, because everyone's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the interesting thing is you go, just give me a minute. And it's that kind of, I need to pause. And the pause bit just helps you with your clarity, your focus, and this is what I need to do to make myself safe. Okay, that's what happens. And we hear it time and time again. So, so the power of relaxation and giving yourself a pause is really important. And let's try that. So let's think about, just a big fat sigh and just, think. Let's do that again. So it's a breath in and a big sigh. Right. And in that moment, that is when we are really sort of finding our clarity. Let's do that again. A breath in. Exhale. Just let it go. One more time. Breath in. Pause for thought. Now relax your hands on your lap. Notice your breathing. Now what I want is to see the breathing slower. So actively find a way to slow your body breathing down. And what sometimes comes is a pause. So finding a pause at the beginning of the breath and the end of the breath. And then where does it go? See if we can breathe into your belly. Notice your breath nice and deep and the belly swelling. This is all techniques to help us just have that clarity, that moment of, hang on, just what I need to do. Well done last time. Okay. So with a beautiful and fabulous smile on your face, I need you to move your fingers, send your arms out wide, just squeeze your shoulders for a second. Little shimmy, 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 shimmy. Arms up wider and higher. Okay, let's take the arms around the body. So you're giving yourself a hug. Now, if you were in a live session with me now, this is probably me giving you a hug. Break all the rules, me. But I do love a cooch, and there's nothing nicer than a bear hug. Arms out wide again. And then give yourselves a round of applause because you are magnificent and wonderful and just blow my mind. You're amazing. Well done. So to remind you, this is recorded. And if you need to contact us, feel free to email at info@iCare, iMove.com. You can always phone us. I know some of you do. 0800 0541 118. It's recorded. The links get sent out so you can follow this in sequence or not. You don't have to do the full hour in its entirety. You can just do little bits, but little bits often is really the way forward. So well done, everyone. We stop the recording now, and then we'll have an opportunity to say hello and feedback how you felt from the session.